This other video will be a bit different from our previous video because we're going to introduce this negative sign at this point. Okay, I think you think about what is on this other side of the graph. What about people that are moving on this other point? Because you're usually finding the limit as it moves to positive infinity or a positive number. What about negative? You want to know more about this? This video is made for you. We are then having this question. You ask to find the limit as extends to negative infinity. Oh yeah, we usually know that when you have infinity, like limit as extends to infinity of what? 1 plus x squared all over 2 plus x, something like this. What we usually do, the first principle or usually tell us is to divide by the highest power. And so we're going to divide all through by x squared to have the final answer. That's amazing. Then let's dive to our key or to our concept of today. And here we are going to find the number that we are going to divide all through by. And I think it's x cubed. You're going to ask me why. Because if you do the square root of x to the power 6, surely we are going to still have x cubed. But since it's in the square root, to limit problems and just solve it gently, take instead this other man. Okay? Do it. We are just going to do it. That is x cubed. Divide all through by x cubed. And so we're going to divide this equation into 2. That will be what? Square root of 16 x to the power 6 minus 4x all over what? 4x cubed. And the level of denominator, we have the same thing. 4x cubed plus 8 all over 4x cubed. I know some guy, don't forget about the limit sign. Okay, as it extends to negative infinity. I know some guy already know how the answer will look like. Yeah, that smart guy will just take it out and solve it. In the second method, we are going to use the smart guy method. Let's first of all use the normal method that everybody will understand, even someone that don't have any idea about limit will actually understand. Now the problem is dividing at this point. Let's just circle with a yellow pen at this point. What is happening? Because we have a 4x cubed and here we have this in the square root. Our main purpose now is to insert this in the square root. Let's just use a simple example. If you have the square root of 16 all over 4, how can you solve this? Actually, you are going to be having what? Square root of this, that is 4 all over 4. The reason why you just put 4 here is because you knew already this, that the answer will be this, okay? But what if you didn't know about the 16? How can we make this 4 to enter into the square root? There is a question you're asking yourself. To do that, you have to square what's down here, because this is the square root to the power, that is to the power half. Okay? Usually, okay. Because this is like 16 to the power half. And how can we bring this 4 in? By squaring it. That will be the square root of 16 all over the square root of 16. 4 square 16. And finally, you're going to have what? A general square root of 16 all over 16. Oh, that's already amazing. You like that? I think, yeah. Let's take again a background knowledge about this concept of limit of as negative. If you have negative 2, let's take it. You have negative 2, all that square, you have exactly 4 as the answer. But what if you have to find the square root of this 4? What are you going to be having? Positive 2. That is, naturally you are going to put negative positive 2 because we don't usually care about these negative guys that are found here. As a negative guy, we don't care about him. Although he was the founder of this square root of 4, of this 4 somehow. But why solving this? Because we usually take the absolute value. But normally, the square root of something usually is the absolute value depending on the case or the situation. Example, if x is equals to this, our x will be the absolute value. But if you have square root of 4, you are usually taking 2 as the answer. But if you have an x that is imaginary or a variable, you don't know exactly or the exact value, you are going to be taking plus minus 2. Take that into consideration. Let's come back to what we are set to. Okay, we are here, and what can we do? Bring this in. You are going to be having what? Limit as extends to, okay, just erase this and write everything. That will be equals to, take it back, we have 16x to the power 6, 16x to the power 6, okay, minus 4x. We divide here by what? We bring this in directly, okay. Okay, we can divide by 4x cubed or by x cubed. Okay, I just took 4x cubed out just like that. That will be 4x. Okay, just take 4 so it should not disturb us, because at this point you are going to be squaring this 4 also. 11, 16. Oh, just square it, yeah. No disturb much. Okay, you are going to be having what here? 16. Because you are squaring everything. That will be 16x. Since it's cube here, we square each half to the power 6. Okay, it's all in square root, all over 4x to the power 6. That is 16x. Sorry, I'll make this error true. Okay, 16x to the power 6. We divide all through by what? 4x cubed plus 8. If you divide all through by this, okay, you're going to be left with 1 plus 8 all over 4x cubed. Okay, we keep in mind the limit. Don't forget, never forget that limit, because that is a key point. Okay, you have this as the answer. At this point, you have this. Let's further simplify. Okay, this will be 1. And you have here 1, here is a 4, here is that, and here is x to the power 5. Okay, recopying what we had here, we are going to be having what that is equals to limit as x tends to negative infinity of what? We take a 1 minus, you have 1. Okay, you have 1 all over 4x to the power 5. 1 all over 4x to the power 5 all over, that is 1 plus, that is 2 all over x cubed. 2 all over x cubed. Yeah, that's amazing. We are at the strategic point. From here, we are just going to substitute this negative infinity on here, because our x is turning generally to negative infinity. And to do that, we can just ignore a point. Okay, don't forget about the square root, sorry. Don't forget about this man. Let's take again something. The square root of a negative number will not really give something logical. That will be an imaginary point or an imaginary number. Okay, to just do this without any single problem, we can put a negative at the extremity. Hence, our answer will be what? We have a negative first of all. The negative represents that this man is moving to the negative axis. Okay, are you getting it? We are just going to put the negative outside before substituting. Someone will just said at this point, if you substitute the negative, you are going to substitute it here, the negative infinity, and this will be positive. That don't generally change this question, because 1 over infinity will turn to 0. And here also, we are going to be having a 0. Therefore, finally, we are going to have negative, as negative square root of 1 all over what? Another 1. And that will be equals to what? Negative 1. Since x tends to negative infinity. Hence, the graph will be like this. Okay, here's that negative 1. Hence, let's just expand it. The graph will be something like this, having a negative 1 here. Hence, the graph will be moving downward close to this negative 1, but will never touch it. Okay, but we don't know if one day we'll touch it, but for now, the graph will just be moving close to negative 1, but will never intersect this point. And folks, we come to the end of this video. How do you find it? Bye. Bam, bam, bam.